Today is December 12, 2022. Some few minutes before midday today, a tremor was felt across various parts of the capital, Accra, from the Makati Hills down to Dzorwulu. This was felt all across the capital town. We are currently at the NHIS head office in Dzorwulu to speak to officials and workers here to find out their experience of this incident. What time did the whole thing happen and how did it feel?
I can't tell the exact time. But it was a quick movement, slow movement. The building shook, and that was it. It didn't even occur to me that was a tremor. I saw it as a normal thing.
You said it didn't occur.
It didn't occur to me that was a tremor. I felt the shook all right, but it didn't occur to me that was a tremor until I saw people outside before I realized it was a tremor.
But we understand it has gone as far as other places and all that. And how concerned does this make you?
So I hear that it's happened at so many places. But I know an earth tremor is not something so serious. In as much as we have to take precautions, I know tremors are not something that affects people or cause any harm to.
So what will be your general advice to the public, your colleagues and everybody in terms of moments like this?
Oh, my advice is we should stay calm. In as much as we've been advised to move out of the buildings when such occurrences occur, hasty rush and could also cause other things. So my advice is everybody should stay calm.
What time did it happen and where were you actually?
I was just by my desk.
And how did it feel like?
It was a very quick movement and the building shook. I felt it even in my knees. And I was asking my friends what was happening. At first we thought somebody was running. But later we realized that no, it wasn't a running. Then our boss also came from the top. He was asking, are we still here? Then we started asking him what was happening. Then he said that it was a earth trauma that was happening. So we were just discussing. Then I went to the window and realized that people were down. So we all rushed down.
We see now work has resumed. I guess this has not affected work in any way.
No. It has not affected our work in any manner. Though we all went outside. But right now you can see it's break time, but we are still working.
And your morale is okay?
Oh, we are calm. Yeah, okay.
I believe we're just sitting down there doing my work, and I think we heard some sort of shaking about half an hour, 45 minutes ago, and the whole building was shaking. It was as if a big, a huge object had actually fallen either on the floor or somewhere, and you could feel the shakes in there. So as a result of that, we evacuated the building. It lasted for a few seconds, just under a minute, and you could see the vibrations reverberating after the tremor. Coming from a different jurisdiction, these sort of things are just part and parcel of our daily operations. We take health and safety seriously. I mean, in this instance, on this occasion, as soon as it happened, we kicked into place an action where we actually got the managers and senior managers to quickly evacuate the building and also help individuals who had some sort of disability. So within a short space of time, everybody was out. And we did a head count also to ensure that everybody was out. It happened just about the lunchtime, so I think it's reasonable to assume that some of the staff had also gone out. But on the second, recheck, the whole building was actually evacuated. I think people were a little bit, worried, scared about what is actually happening, because it felt like the whole roof or the whole building was actually going to cave in to, in the building, and nobody knew what was also going on. So everyone sort of hurried out of the building to actually go into the assembly point, and we were discussing about the issues. Now, when these things happen, we have briefing and debriefing. Following the incident, we all gathered and had a debriefing on what to do or what to expect when there is the unlikely event of any other tremor. Some of the things that we discussed was that they evacuate the building immediately, and also if anyone was actually leaving the building, make sure that their colleagues are aware of it, so that if there's got to be search and rescue, then we'll be able to identify who is in the building or who is actually outside. Well, so far, everything has actually resumed to normalcy, but we are still on the lookout for any unlikely event of any further tremors. And if it does, we'll kick into operation our health and safety measures.
Moments after the tremor, the entire building was evacuated for safety reasons, and as it stands now, work has resumed back to normalcy, and officials say they have briefed staff and they are hoping that operations continue. For GhanaWeb TV, George AEC.